Hello everybody and welcome to JGod Gaming. In today's video I wanted to break down a few attachments for you so you kind of had a better idea of what they're actually doing in the game. The two attachments we're going to be specifically looking at is the AP rounds and high caliber on the MX9. I use the MX9 as a sample because everyone has that gun. It's unlocked this first attachment. And that's one I was able to actually test with. The results definitely opened my eyes on how these attachments work in game and compared to how they've actually worked in the past. I think it's actually worked completely different. AP is not the same as FMJ, and high caliber of the past is not the same as this high caliber. The first thing I need to do is get a baseline for the test and actually find out how much damage the MX9 actually does. So I actually had to run around the map, find somebody who didn't know I was there, shoot them once, and then let them kill me. I did this a few different times, shooting people in the body and shooting people in the head, and I found out that the damage profile for this weapon when you shoot to the body is 32, and then when you damage to the head, it's 35. So what that means is it'll always be 5 shots to kill within this damage range I tested for anyone that has 150 health. And it doesn't even matter if every shot hits the head. It will not change that time to kill from 5 to 4. It just will not work that way. When your opponent has 200 health, it changes it up a little bit and actually raises the shots to kill to 7. Unless you actually land 3 headshots, and then it'll bump it only up to 6. So if half your shots are headshots, you will kill them in only 6 shots without any attachments that will modify that. Now that I got the baseline testing out of the way, we're going to transition over to high caliber and AP rounds. If you are enjoying the video so far, please remember to hit that like button. I do have a goal of 300 likes on this video. If we can get there, I'd be very appreciative of that. If you are new to the channel, I typically do in-game breakdowns like I'm doing today, as well as other Call of Duty news, in-game updates, best class setups, other tip and trick videos, and subscriber breakdowns. So if any of that sounds interesting, make sure you hit that subscribe button with notifications on. So let's go ahead and get into AP rounds and see exactly how they work before we get into high caliber. One of the main reasons I actually wanted to check out the AP rounds is because the description says it directly impacts how your weapon performs against people wearing armor. And after a little bit of testing, what I found out is it basically ignores armor. Anyone that I shot that had armor, I made sure they had a vest. I made sure I shot them once. It actually did that 32 damage if I shot them in the body. Headshots were still the same. They didn't really affect that, so I didn't really want to go into that too much. But if you have that attachment on the AP rounds, anyone with armor, it's going to be negated completely. So it's definitely a high value attachment if you're able to put it on the weapon. Another thing worth mentioning is that this is going to dramatically reduce that time to kill, because pretty much everyone, if they're wearing armored, it would have been that 7 shots at that point blank range that I'm talking about. But with this, it's automatically going to drop it by 2 shots, and that's like a 30% reduction. So a huge drop in time to kill, and it'll actually make those gunfights feel just a little bit more consistent at that short range. So now let's talk about the most broken attachment in my opinion, and it's a good broken, especially if you're very accurate with the weapon, and that's high caliber. To just put this in perspective how powerful this attachment is, remember that the body shot was 32 damage and the headshot was 35. That brings the standard headshot multiplier to a little over 9, and I'm going to round it to 10 just because based off the number, that's probably what it is, 10%, which is a 1.1 multiplier. But when you equip that high caliber, it brings that damage profile up to 56, which is a 1.75 multiplier, which is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to read out how it affects the time to kill, and it is definitely dramatic. If the enemy has 150 health, it will be 3 shots to kill if you hit him in the head. 3 shots to kill. But the nice thing is that even if you just land 1 headshot, it's only 4 shots to kill. So you need 3 to the body, 1 to the head. It will reduce that time to kill by at least 1 shot. Now let's go ahead and get in when your enemies have armor or 200 health. Just as a quick reminder, remember that it was 7 shots or 6 if you landed 3 headshots without any attachment. So let's go ahead and get into the breakdown on the high caliber. If you land even 1 headshot, it'll bring it down to 6 shots. So that's an improvement. If you get 2 headshots, it'll bring it down to 5 shots to kill. If you land 3 or more headshots, it'll only be 4 shots to kill. So if you just look at the sheer difference in the time to kill from having this weapon equipped with the high caliber, it's night and day difference. It basically cuts the time to kill in half, especially when people have 200 health and you hit headshots. It's just ridiculous. An accurate person with high caliber on the MX9 is basically unstoppable. I'll probably continue more testing to see how the high caliber is affected on other weapons, because if it works like this all the way across the game where it's that 1.75 damage multiplier, it's definitely a broken attachment that hopefully they don't ever nerf, and that it increases the skill gap because accuracy matters. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, hit that like button. I do have a goal of 300 likes. Subscribe if you're new to the channel if you enjoy this type of breakdown. See you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.